I don't know.
What are the 5 Grosse Pointe cities?
Well, look, I'm not here to answer a quiz. I'm here to say that I'm going to fight for the people of Detroit. I'm going to fight for my constituents.
And Grosse Pointe.
And all of the Grosse
Taylor.
Pointes and all of Taylor and every part of the 13th district.
I'm just do this real quick. Grosse Pointe Park, Grosse Pointe Woods, Grosse Pointe Farms, and Grosse Pointe Shores. Okay.
Right.
You know, on your campaign filings, it says occupation. Yours says United States government. Aren't you employed by the people of the United States?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you fix that one. Okay, and finally, you're getting nailed with this one. The beagles. You abandoned the beagles, left them to die in their cages at your pharmaceutical
I love animals. See, look, I don't know.
I'm sorry, excuse me. We gotta talk about Shri Thanedar. Because apparently he's having some trouble getting reelected, so he decided to go on Fox. Yeah, that's how you know a Democrat is really having some trouble. Because they barely like doing interviews on the Communist News Network or BS Now. So when they go on Fox, oh yeah, I know they cooked. I know it's over with for him. So we got to talk about Shri Thanedar. And I'm going to go through this clip with you guys. But before we get to that, I want to play this clip of him recently and what he had to say about ICE. All right? Try not to laugh too hard, okay? I don't want anybody spitting out their food or peeing on themselves, okay? But this is funny. Check it out.
And we must reform ICE. But it looks at this stage, folks, ICE is beyond reform. ICE is totally out of control. And this week, I intend to introduce a bill to abolish ICE. We need to make ICE go away. 2003, before 2003, without ICE, various federal agencies were able to take care of business, and we can do this without ICE. But we do not need the murderers. We do not need these paramilitary organizations, members on our street terrorize us.
Who does this guy think he is? Oh, man. Okay. Now we're about to get into the meat and potatoes of the video. All right. Now, he went on Fox. And, hey, shout out to Sean Hannity. Listen, I have not been the biggest fan of Sean Hannity. I mean, he's not terrible, but there's just something about him where I'm like, I don't know about this guy, Sean Hannity. You know? Let me know if any of you felt the same way about Sean Hannity. You know, I've always kind of been a little standoffish with Sean. But to his credit, he actually did a good job in this interview. And you're being warned, okay? You are going to laugh. So do not be drinking anything. If you need to use the bathroom first so nobody pees on themselves. Because this is hilarious. With that being said, let's jump into it.
Is with us. All right, just to be clear, the president's joint session speech when he honored the family of Laken Riley, murdered 24-year-old nursing student, murdered by an unvetted illegal immigrant, and honored little Jocelyn Nungary's family, brutally raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl. Did you stand? Did you give honor to that family that lost so much?
Look, Sean, thanks for having me.
I don't need the thanks. Did you stand or not? Did you stand to honor those families?
I did not stand because the president.
You sat on your ass.
I was just sick of the president.
So I want to be clear.
I did not.
You sat on your ass, and you wouldn't stand for families of that lost children a 12-year-old girl raped and murdered, and you couldn't stand for them because you were playing politics. Is that right? I want this audience
Look,
to know.
I would not stand for this president. I would not stand for this president. He was lying.
You weren't standing
he was
for
boasting.
them. You were standing for the families that lost little girls that were murdered by the illegal immigrants that you want to remain in the country. Is that true or false?
Look, this president was using a tragedy.
I'm not talking about it.
Riley's death.
What about those families? Have you ever picked up a phone? Because there are thousands of Americans that have been murdered and raped and victims of violent crime. Have you ever spoken to any? Have you ever called them to offer your condolences? Name one family. Name one family.
Look, every immigrant, everyone must follow American laws.
Have you ever picked up a phone and called a victim's family?
Look, I talk to my constituents
all the time. Not a hard question. Not hard.
Yeah, I do.
Have you ever
I do.
picked up your phone and called them? Have you done that one time?
Look, I talk with my constituents all the time. My constituents are being terrorized by ICE.
Have you ever called an American family that has been a victim, murdered, raped, tortured by an illegal immigrant? Yes or no, Congressman? Did you ever call them?
I have met people. I am sure I have met people.
I'll take that as a no. All right.
Bro, I love what Sean Hannity is doing here. And I wish more, people in what's called mainstream media, right? I don't know, mainstream. I wish more people would do this. And it's call these Democrats out when they don't want to answer the question. I see them do this all the time, and it is some of the most annoying SHIT ever. It's some of the most annoying stuff. It's like they dance around the question, saying a bunch of goo goo gaga, right? That makes people on their side feel good. Oh yeah, So did you call any of the victims of these rapes and these homicides from these illegals? The Democrats answer, I love my constituents. My constituents are amazing people and I care for them deeply. And I know they've been terrorized by these ICE agents. And it's like, no, you didn't answer the question. But that answer makes their constituents feel good, makes a bunch of them see, the Democrat politicians, they love us so much. See, he said it in the interview. It's some of the most bullshit I've ever heard, man. Excuse my language, but I'm sick of it. I really am. And I see this every single day. Literally every day, 7 days out of the week, 365 days out of the year. I see this type of nonsense every freaking day, and it is so annoying. It is so annoying. Because it's not real. It's not genuine. And I say this all the time. If you genuinely love someone, if you genuinely care about somebody, you don't have to tell them. They just know. They just know. You don't have to make all these fluff pieces and talk about all this nonsense. They'll know. You know what I mean? That's just my humble opinion. Y'all can let me know yours. Let's keep it rolling.
You actually said this, and I could talk to you all night about the dumb stuff you say. You voted against the bill mandating the deportation of illegal immigrants convicted of sex crimes. Can you explain that to me?
Well, look, anybody who breaks U.S. laws, an immigrant that breaks U.S. laws, should be deported. Anyone that commits
That's not what you said.
Should be deported.
Sir. You voted against a bill that mandated the deportation of illegals convicted of sex crimes. Do you regret that vote now?
No, I don't regret that vote. Look, no bill is perfect, and many times...
What if it was your wife, your sister, your daughter that was raped? That's a sex crime. You want that person to stay?
Look, there are multiple things in a bill. I don't agree with every one of them.
Sir, you got to answer the question. If your wife, your daughter, your girlfriend, mother, was raped by an illegal immigrant, you voted against the bill that would deport these illegals convicted of sex crimes. You're perfectly fine if they stay in the country.
Sean, look, I serve in Congress. I don't think you ever
That's what
served
you
in
voted
Congress.
on, though, right?
Most of the bills. Look,
Why
most
did
of
you
these
vote for
bills
that?
are not perfect
Why
bills.
did you vote for that? Why would you allow sex crime convicts to stay in the country that entered the country illegally? Why would you vote for that?
Because he hates his constituents, and even more, he hates Trump. That's why.
It was not, the bill did not just include that issue. There were other things in the bill. And so I cannot pick and choose. I don't have a veto where I can strike out one portion of a bill.
You would have voted against it. Otherwise, what was the big provision that prevented you from kicking these people out of our country?
Look, I don't memorize. I vote on thousands of bills.
I don't memorize. You don't know anything.
Look,
of course.
I do believe that such criminals must be deported. There is no doubt about it.
Well, you voted against it. So obviously you don't.
I
got another question for you. In the first case in Minneapolis, where this woman accelerated her car at the ICE agent, that ICE agent was injured. Did you know that? Do you know what the injuries were?
Look,
do you know what the injuries were?
That's the only source of that information is DHS. And DHS secretary lies. She lied to me on my face.
You're saying
hearing.
that the internal bleeding reports are lies. You don't believe them.
I have seen no evidence of that. It is only coming from DHS.
Well, let me ask you this. You're a lawmaker. Do you believe in the rule of law and that a person's innocent until they're proven guilty, sir?
Oh, watch what he says here. Watch what he says here. Walking contradiction. Walking contradiction. Y'all gotta check this out.
Absolutely. It is only coming from DHS.
Well, let me ask you this. You're a lawmaker. Do you believe in the rule of law and that a person's innocent until they're proven guilty, sir?
Absolutely. But look,
then why did you call this ICE agent, why did you call him a murderer?
Because he doesn't actually believe it.
Because there was a 4,000-pound vehicle that was being driven right at him. Why did you call him a murderer?
Look, lots of people saw that video. America saw that video. 82% of Americans.
That, if you believe in due process, why did you say he's a murderer?
Well, her last words were, I have nothing against you, dude. She said it in a very civil manner. This person pulled out his gun and shot.
I have nothing against you, dude. So you mean to tell me, in order to get away, this is their logic now, because she allegedly said, "I have nothing against you, dude." She can then assault a federal agent. So by their own logic, you could get away with murder as long as you say, "Hey, I love you. I don't have anything against you." You can use that in court. Hey, listen, judge. Listen, jury. I said I love you and I have nothing against you. Okay? I said that. So there's no way I could have possibly committed this murder. Bro, arguing with liberals is man, it is some of the most annoying and frustrating thing ever. And I say that from experience, because I got in a debate with a Democrat literally yesterday, or maybe the day before yesterday. And it is some of the oh my goodness, some of the most annoying crap ever, because all they do, well, see, I saw it on the news. See, they said that she didn't hit him. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Pull up the video yourself, you bozo. Look, here's the video. I literally pulled out the video and showed this person, and they were still arguing that it didn't happen. And it's like, bro, what is going on? I'm playing the video in front of your face. I'm showing you my phone. I'm handing it to you. You see it. I believe the liberals of today, if we went back to like the 1940s, they would be institutionalized. Is that a nice way to say that? That they would be the ones in the straitjackets. Genuinely. Because if I can walk up to you and show you an actual video disproving what it is that you believe, you're watching it live, well, not live, but you're watching it like in your hands. This isn't on a television screen from somebody else. This isn't a news report. You're watching the video inches away from your face and you're still denying it. You grade A crazy. You grade A crazy. Like, there's no other explanation for that. None. But let's finish this video out.
Operated right at the officer. Clear as day. Can't miss it.
He was trying
you know what the problem is, Congressman?
He was trying to open the door.
I'm going to tell you something. It's people like you and your rush to judgment and your language, and you're defending even his own wife called him a wife beater, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, your buddy. It's people like you that don't care about the American people, and then you attack the brave men and women. I was scrolling all of the victims of crime, and you never lifted a phone to call one victim, one family. You call ICE agents murderers, and they're out there. They're putting their lives on the line. They are arresting murderers, rapists, cartel members, drug members, known terrorists, and you have zero appreciation. And now the threat level against them is up a whopping 8,000%, and I blame people like you for that. You incite them.
Well, look,
your incendiary comments. I find it nauseating, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, look, ICE is murdering people, murdering American citizens. They murdered a U.S. citizen, a mom with 3 children.
Okay.
That's not acceptable.
In your view, you know what, sir? I see a very different tape than you. I saw a guy whose life was in jeopardy, and he defended himself. That's the difference between us. Thank you for coming on. More Hannity coming up.
Like, even a situation like that, it's just like, come on, bro. We all have seen the video. I broke it down. I broke the whole video. If you haven't seen it, definitely go and check it out. But even the very first angle that we got, right, where you can kind of barely see the ICE agent in front of the vehicle, I broke the whole thing down. I put it in slow-mo. You could see everything from when she actually accelerated, because you could see the tires, right? Because it's a front-wheel drive vehicle. You could see the front wheel spinning, which means she's gunning it. There's no grip. So if you're gunning it, the individual in front of the vehicle can hear the engine. You can hear that. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. You don't have to have a knowledge of vehicles in order to know when you press that gas pedal down, your engine is going to rev up. And if there's somebody standing in front of your vehicle, directly in front of your vehicle, they are going to audibly hear that. And you know what else they're going to hear? They're going to hear the tires spinning as well. That's going to be audible. Oh, engine revving up, tires spinning. What is going to happen next? What does that equal? Engine revving and tires spinning. Well, that probably means this car is about to go somewhere and go somewhere quick. Oh, shit. You know, like, oh, my goodness. And then you can see when the car first starts moving, the tires are pointed directly at the ICE agent. So that is the direction that the car was going in. That is the direction. Okay, and even if they weren't, let's play this game. Even if they weren't pointed in the ICE agent's direction, he wouldn't have been able to see the tires. You're standing in front of a vehicle that where the engine is revving and the tires are spinning, you think you're just gonna try to look down at the tire, look around. Let me see which direction this tire is pointing at. Like, no, duh. And even beyond that, last time I checked, we ain't in the Matrix. He's not bending bullets. Okay, that first bullet went through the windshield. Went through the very front of the windshield. How does that happen? Are we in the Matrix and he just bending bullets? Just, you know, he could just bend them around things. Like, what? Hey, if that's the case, listen, I don't want to be around for some mess like that. When people are, when we get to the place where we're able to like bend bullets, you know, like a regular bullet that anybody can walk around with, you just bending them like Beckham. Yeah, you know what? Y'all got it. Y'all got it, boss. Y'all got it, okay? I'm out of here, coach. But anyway, all jokes aside, man, I just thought that was just absolutely hilarious watching Shri Thanedar absolutely get owned by Sean Hannity. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Thanks for tuning in as always. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.